Hi, this is Kristen, and today we're going to talk about achievements or achievement badges. And badges are a great way to provide students with incentive and reinforcement towards the positive progress they're making in their course. It's also in line with trends in social media where users in social media can earn badges, for example, with the amount of reviews that they post, say on Yelp or TripAdvisor. And the future of badges is being seen as a way to provide public recognition for students who've passed certification in their college coursework that can translate into the working world. So ideally in the future, the kind of certifications the students might pass in your own class could be posted on their resume and be attractive to future employers of that student. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, it isn't exactly the easiest process, so we'll go ahead and take it step by step. If you want to find where achievements are, you'll scroll down under Course Management, Tools, and Achievements. Once you get here, you have 3 built-in achievements on Blackboard. So if you complete the course, any milestones you want to program into the course, and then you can also create your own. Now, in order to make achievement badges functional for your students, you need to first create a way for students to access the achievement badges. And secondly, you need to create a separate place where the badges and the programming you do behind the scenes will live on Blackboard. So let's go ahead and create the place for students to access their badges. And we'll just put that on the main menu for now. So the easiest way to do it is to go to the main menu, scroll down to the tool link, and go ahead and add an achievement. And there it is. It's the first one that posts because it's the first on the alphabetical list of all the tools in Blackboard. And I'll probably call this achievement badges. You can decide whether or not you want to make this link available to users. Go ahead and click submit. This is what I'd see as a student if I clicked into my achievement badge area. There I would be as a student, and it's nice on Blackboard because you can track through what achievement badges are available, which ones you have earned, and then which ones might be coming down the pike that you can work towards. As you can see, there aren't any achievements available in the course, so let's go ahead and create those right now. To make our badge, we'll go ahead and scroll down back to Course Management, Course Tools, and Achievements. And we'll create an achievement. Let's create a milestone. And this is a great kind of midpoint in the course type of badge to create, and you can make several. So we'll create a milestone, and you go ahead and you give it whatever name you like. So for example, say I wanted to give a badge for students who completed the first 4 posts with a passing grade in the class, 70% or above, or passed, let's say, Unit 1 with a grade of 70% or above. I can go ahead and type in Unit 1 equals 70%. Now, here's the kind of the tricky part. This is part 2 of how to create badges. We need to go ahead and stow this badge behind the scenes in a location on Blackboard. So go ahead and browse, and this will take you to an area on your course menu where you can go ahead and stow the badge. And you can see that not all of the menu items we see on the left are available on the right. I'm just going to choose Course Documents. You can go ahead and stow the badge behind the scenes information wherever you like. It's probably a good idea to hide it from students, but you can see that it's there. I'll go ahead and put it in Course Documents. The achievement type has already been selected because we chose milestone, so you could see I can't even select that. And it's up to you if you want to give students a carrot to let them see, hey, this is a badge that's available for you as an incentive. It's advisable to go ahead and click yes on the visible to students before receiving. If you want to add more information as far as what students need to do to earn this badge, you can go ahead and post it here. And we're going to move to the next step, which is define triggers. Defining triggers sets the rules for how students will earn this in Blackboard. Remember, Blackboard is a program, so we need to give it rules to follow in order to award badges to students. So we'll start here at rule name. I go ahead and I take the same achievement name from above and I put that into my rule area. because later on, if you have several rules sitting there without any sort of description as far as what the rules are or anything other than just rule 1, you probably won't remember what the rule is. If you want to go ahead and display badges at certain points in your term, you can go ahead and set the adaptive release here. And you can see if you don't select anything, it'll always be available to students. If you want to go ahead and specifically give or make the badge available to certain students or to certain user groups that you've created in Blackboard, you can go ahead here and browse through your roster on Blackboard and select students and groups one by one. And now we move down to the tricky part, which is the grade. The trigger is connected to the grade system. I don't have any grades set up in my course, but hopefully you will, and that is what you're going to go ahead and link the numeric trigger to that enables the badge to be awarded. For me, I said, let's say Unit 1, 70%. What I would do is I would click the total, and I would say, okay, I said if they scored over 70% or equal to, greater than or equal to, and I'll go ahead and put in 70%. I'll add the item, and that's how I create my rule there. And I can go ahead and I can add several rules. So for example, if I was creating a more comprehensive, well, they have to score 70% overall, but the exam needed to be also above 70, I could go in, link to the exam grade, and make sure that that also said score percent above 70, and that would also appear here as well. Another option for users is they receive credit if they have reviewed an item. So if you simply want students to go look over an item, maybe you provided an extra resource that they could review on their own time that would enhance their study skills, or some professional networking information, and you found that students were actually taking the time outside of required class material to review that information, and you wanted to reward them, you can go ahead and set that up here. The third part of this process is selecting the reward. Here's the issuer name. This is who I am, but it would appear as your name as the instructor of a class. If there is an expiration date, you can go ahead and select that. Otherwise, you can leave it here. And then there are some basic images here in Blackboard you can choose. You can also upload a file if you're particularly artistic. If you choose an icon off the internet or an image, do remember to use it from a fair use source and to give credit. And if you did, again, in the future, want to link to a website or social media, you can, in this case, publish to a source. So I'm just going to choose the yellow badge here. We'll go ahead and save and exit. And there is my first badge. So if I go back to the student area and I look, there I can see that there's a badge. It's grayed out. It's not accessible to me. And it's under all achievements for now. And if I was to earn it, it would move over to the earned achievements area when I click here. So let's go to the area of Blackboard where we stored our badge information behind the scenes, which was the course documents folder. But again, you can choose any folder. And you'll see here's the behind the scenes badge information. Now, students don't need to see this. This is just something that Blackboard needs to process and keep in its system. So it's advisable to maybe create a content folder that you can hide and keep it in Blackboard. So do not permit users to view this content. They don't need to see this. This is just for programming. And then move your badge, first one at least, into the destination folder. And that way, as a student, they don't need to see all the behind the scenes programming that you're going to be doing. After we've created this initial folder in course documents, we can go ahead and automatically just put any future badges into this folder. And that is just a brief overview of how to create achievement badges on Blackboard. The tricky part is aligning your badges with the grade center settings, and stay tuned for a follow-up video on how to do that. Enjoy!